Hi everyone, it's Saskia and it's your yoga advent calendar. Today we're going to have some fun and we're going to look at the downward facing dog, the most common yoga pose. It's kind of a resting pose and also at the same time kind of you either love it or you hate it. And we're going to take it apart and make it easier. I'm going to give you some really cool tips and tricks to make it a comfortable downward facing dog, but at the same time also some challenges, if you like, you can take into your practice to work on different types of downward dog shapes. Okay, so I like to take on a straight back downward dog shape. It's not in all types of yoga that this is the case. We're going to start in downward dog. I recommend some blocks. If you haven't got any blocks, maybe a chair, or if you're at the edge of an immovable object like a sofa that's in place, you can put your hands on that as well. I'm going to bring my blocks here to either side of the mat, palms on top, curl the toes under, and then lift the tailbone. And the blocks really just take the edge off. You could even, especially with these sturdy cork blocks, which are quite heavy and sturdy, you can take them sideways. So I'm looking for a wide down dog and a straight back. So my calves are pulling straight from the start. Whether the heels touch the ground or not, I don't find is very important. In some of the alignment stuff, people put that into their yoga. That's entirely up to you. I think having a straight back is one of the most important things when it comes to downward dog. Okay, so we'll start with the breath. You want to imagine just like when you start off in yoga in a seated position, and if the imagining isn't quite there yet, just come down to your knees and sit down onto your heels. And feel what it feels like to push down for your sits bones, lengthening through the spine as if there's an invisible string at the crown of your head pulling you up on the inhale. Lengthening the spine, and exhale, relax the face and the shoulders. Backwards. Now the shoulders just drop and melt away from the ears, so this neck is nice and long. Okay, so now think of that exact feeling as in sitting down, or even maybe like mountain pose where we're stood upright, and integrate it into down dog. Imagine your bum sat down on a seat, on a really comfortable chair. You're inhaling through the spine all the way up, past the crown of the head, roll the shoulder blades back, exhale, relax the face. And now take your feet super wide. So you're going to take your feet mat width apart. And if you've got blocks, take them with you. Inhale, walk your blocks back towards your feet, to the back of the mat. We're going to open up the hamstrings. So the hamstrings are a group of three stringy muscles that originate or kind of start from the top of your bony protrusion. And if you just have a feel at your backside, you'll feel the bony bit, which we call the sits bones, and then move down and come along and attach on the outside and the inside at the bottom of the knee. You can take blocks or a chair here, bend your knees, inhale halfway up to a flat back, and come a little bit onto the balls of the feet like you're looking at your reflection in a pond. A very strange way to do this, I know. Yeah, stay with me. And then you're going to exhale, pull the heels back and fold. You can still bend your knees. Inhale here. Exhale. Fold. And one last time. Inhale. Exhale. And just to open up the shoulders as well while we're at it, interlace the fingers above your lower back. If you haven't got that mobility yet, take a belt or a strap or an old dishcloth that's clean and take it in between your hands. Keep a little micro bend in the elbows. Inhale, lift up halfway again, looking at your reflection in that imagination pond. Exhale, heels down and forward fold. Just letting the arms drop overhead as much as possible. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale. Roll the shoulder blades back. And now maybe you can imagine you're pumping water or breath through your feet. So the inhale is pumping the breath up through your feet, through your legs. And on the exhale, imagine warm water cascading over your lower back, middle back, upper back, and folding you deeper across the legs. Relax the hands down, and we're going to take the blocks, if you've got them with you, and walk them back forward. Otherwise, walk your hands back into that wide-legged downward dog. Walk your feet back in, and now just feel the difference of this downward dog as to before. All right, so let's get a bit more into the legs. We're going to isolate, step your left foot in towards the right to the middle of the mat. And now inhale, lift your right foot up, rotate the heel inwards. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, lower the left heel down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heel down. It's a micro movement, but very effective to mobilize and warm up the legs. Inhale, lift the left heel. And now exhale, draw your right knee in towards the chest. A little bit more dynamic. You can also do this on your left knee. Bring a blanket down if you want a bit more squishy surface. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Keep the hips squared. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale. In that plank position, knee to chest. Last one, inhale slowly with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, step the right foot in between the hands. If it's kind of stuck here and you're on your knee, just take hold of the ankle and coax it to the front. Come in, just a little hip flexor opening and back, straight back to the hamstrings. Take your chair or blocks or any kind of ledge. It can even be one-sided if need be, just for balance. And then straighten the right leg. And exhale, slide the heel slightly further forward, so just so you can see what's happening. The leg is straight, the toes are tucking in, and my hips are squared. Inhale here. Exhale. So you might be getting the gist of this. An open and mobile hamstrings really make for an easier downward facing dog. Exhale, bend the right knee. Use blocks or just your hands either side of the right foot to press back, downward facing dog. Shake it out. Let's change sides. Right foot to the middle of the mat. Inhale, left foot up. Rotate the left hip in. So if your toes are looking out to the left, just rotating in. Flex the toes. Leg is pushing back like you're pushing against a wall or something. Inhale, lift your right heel. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now on the knees or the toes, inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, pull your left knee towards your chest like you're going to give it a kiss. Love your knee. You can mess with the gods, but not with the knees. Inhale, kick the left foot back. Exhale, lift the right heel, pull the left knee in towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Place the foot down in between the hands. Lower the right knee down. And we're going to straighten the left leg. Straighten the left leg. Slide the heel forward. Inhale to a flat back. Pull that left hip back. And rotate the right hip a little bit forwards. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, with or without the blocks, hands either side of the left foot. Exhale, step the left foot back. All right, we're coming to a plank. And we're going to go through knees, chest, and chin. If you need to be elevated on blocks, you can do this. Knees come forward first, then exhale, tuck those elbows in. So you're going to start by just bending slow motion, pull the elbows in, make sure index finger and thumb are flat, and then lower down to chest and chin. And it's a little bit this. I'm just going to move the microphone. The inchworm position. Using the strength of the legs to inhale, push further onto a flat belly. Hands beside the chest for cobra pose. Push the back of the feet flat. Pull yourself forward with your hands. We're not pushing. And here comes the big one. So before we push back into down dog, which is this push here, curling the toes under, the bum leads first, coming back. We're gonna go and do a little cheat. Yeah, it takes a lot of upper body strength to do that push back. Also lower body, but also upper body. So this is my little cheat to getting into the arms. We start with a mobility exercise for the lats. So coming onto your knees, put a blanket underneath if you like. Tuck the tailbone so you're pushing your pelvis forward. And I'll mirror you here. Step your right foot out to the side. Right hand on right thigh. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, reach the left hand up and over towards the right, like someone's lifting your wrist upwards. Inhale back. Tuck your right knee in, left foot out to the side. Tuck the tailbone, bring your left hand on left thigh. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale. Reach it over towards the left. Inhale back. And now we're going to do the push back. Okay, do this with blocks if you want. Make sure they're nice and sturdy. From a flat position, we curl the toes under, back onto your front, and then push back with your bum. You're reversing the knees, chest, and chin, and the bum goes back first. So imagine you're being pulled back with a string at kind of this area of your body. And it's just getting into the habit of coming back with the bum first instead of coming back and lifting and readjusting the feet all the time. So I see this all the time when we come back into downward dog, the feet feel like they're too far back. A wider down dog is actually really good for a straight back. And this is the one I recommend, especially for core and back health, which is one of the most important parts of the body, is having that straight spine at all times. If the strength isn't quite there yet, don't worry. Just come back and readjust. But think of a hybrid down dog whenever you're doing it, between kind of this one where the back's really curved, the feet flat, and a plank. So maybe we can find a one in the middle. So it'll be like a hybrid over here. Here my back is nice and straight. My hamstrings are open. Lower down to your knees. That's it for downward facing dog. A little bit of a technical one today. Adho Mukha Svanasana. I hope you enjoyed that. Namaste.